Alright, hello everyone. So today we'll be looking at the LCB regular checkup for the next 7.5. This is going to be a intervallo, which means that we'll be getting one free event ID slash ego, and then after that we'll be getting two uh, dispense or extractable IDs and egos for this season, and they will be event limited. So we should definitely go ahead and look forward to these because they'll probably be quite strong since P-Moon wants to make a lot of money. So the first one here we have is the event reward identity, which is your Lantern Yisang, and it's LCE Ego Lantern Yisang. It's an ID, by the way, it's an ID. Don't be fooled by the ego part over here. So Lantern, we know it's Rupture, so we got 2 coins on skill 1, we got 1 coin on skill 2, and then we also have 3 coins, I believe, on the skill 3 here. Could be 4 coins or so, but I think it's 3. So the 1 coin on the skill 2 kind of reminds me of like Rose Spanner Gregor or your 7 Heathcliff. The skill 2 will have 1 coin, so that you can put positive Rupture count on it, and then after that, everything else will be like maybe -1 or neutral depending on what the character is going to be. And Lantern is a very well-known ego for healing, right? It's going to be healing, healing, rupture, healing, healing, rupture, and it always scales with the gluttony resonance. So that means that we can predict this is going to be gluttony, this is going to be healing, this is going to be maybe some tankiness, and then you will be able to also do some rupture shenanigans with this character here. Right. In addition, they show us that you are counter-attacking. It doesn't look like a clash counter because he got hit by the skill. And as you can see here, he's drawing aggro from all of these enemies over here. Right, so we got a tanky character here who, when he dies, he apparently shits out sin energy. Like, you can see last symbol here. I think that's the sloth symbol there. I think when he dies, he actually releases sin energy, so you will be able to farm resources perhaps. So maybe it's like a new archetype where, okay, you put this Yisang, you kill him as fast as possible, he farms a bunch of resources for you, and then after that you can swap in another character to replace the Yisang. I mean, they're going for a theme of killing your identity so that you'll be able to get some value. So I think that this is not a too far-fetched idea for this character. Anyway, besides this LCB, sorry, not LCB, LCE Yisang, we also have LCE Ego Other Blossom Star Faust, who has one of the cutest hairstyles here. So damn cute. I love this. I'm definitely pulling it even if she's shit. Like, this is super, super cute. Right? So, besides that, we have a Burn ID Other Blossom, 2 coins, skill 1, 1, 2, 3, skill 2, and your skill 3 is going to be a 1, 2, and 3. Right? Then we see an enhanced version where you get the wings. It's going to do 1, 2. So it looks like 2, and it only hits 1 target here. But after that, it will actually become an AoE move over here. And this AoE move, it targets 1, 2, 3 people. And Faust will do 1 attack, and then boom, 2 attacks, and she's dead. She straight up died. Right. So this is crazy. So we have another identity that can kill herself. And she can kill herself maybe by overloading herself with too much of the other blossom stacks or whatever she's going to be building up. She'll have her own unique status that she'll need to build up. Then you get some enhanced effects on the skill tree. And a burn ID, 3-star, by the way. She's a 3-star burn ID. For replacing one of the 2-star Liu IDs in my burn team, I think that is a very, very solid option right now. And Faust also has 9-2 as an ego, so we can tell that if this is the synergy that they're going for, it's going to be Lust Resonance, it's going to be Lust Affinity Skills, so you can inflict additional 1 burn on the target 6 times per turn, and maybe even some defense level down shenanigans. They could straight up not do this at all either, just have a crap ton of potency on this Other Blossom Moth as well, because Other Blossom Star here is very good for spreading the burn. It also inflicts burn by Wrath Resonance, and it also will roll pretty damn high, and is good at spreading that burn. Inflict burn on 3 randoms, inflict burn on 3 randoms. So it could be this, and then the ego itself will just help to increase the burn application. Maybe the skill 3 will be a lust skill, then it will make a little bit of sense in spreading the burn. But I mean, whatever. As far as we know, it's going to be ref resonance focus with a bunch of burn spreading, which I think is going to be very, very important, right? We want to spread that burn. We want to try and spread count also. And a lot of the other characters, they need burn first, and then you can spread the count to multiple targets, right? So this is looking really, really spicy. Replacing a 2-star clashing for a 3-star clashing is going to be very, very significant for your burn team. Right. So Other Blossom out of the way. We see Hohenheim, which is going to be a new character. I don't think he exists in any of the previous stuff. He's the chief researcher of the LCE, and we will find out what the LCE actually means. I think my guess is Limbus company engineering or something like that, right? The science department, basically. Anyway, new ego. The last one here is going to be Thorakalgia Ryoshu. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thorakalgia, I have no clue what it is, by the way. I actually had to Google. It's actually just chest pain. And if you look at the animations here, she's straight up shooting a rib cage at the target, which I think is pretty damn sick. And she's also smoking like crazy, which is also something that causes you chest pain. And I believe that skull is actually the nebulizer skull. If you do the nebulizer event, you have to meet a skull, right? So it's closely related to that. And while nebulizer gives you poise, I think Thorakalgia might give you smoke, because they just introduced smoke with the Church of Gears enemies that we had to fight in the Walpurgis event. So this ego could be a smoke ego, could be, right? She's smoking a lot. It's thorakalgia, which is chest pain, and smoke causes chest pain in some really far-fetched, long-winded way, right? It's not far-fetched, sorry. It does cause it, but like it's the effects afterwards, after you smoke for too long. And Ryoshu is a serious smoker. She's a giga chain smoker, so she definitely has some chest pain problems, right? So anyway, whatever the case is, I put a lot of money on this thing here being smoke. Like that shit is 100% smoke. Besides that, the story stuff is basically the sinners going back, and they will be doing their own checkups. And if you go to the end here, you can see Dawn puffing her cheeks. I think because Faust is a little bit taller than her, which I think is very, very cute. Right. Anyway, so what I have predicted so far is this is going to be smoke. And then after that, the burn, hopefully it's a lot of potency. Hopefully it's ref resonance. That one's not so important, but I hope it spreads a lot of burn potency, and I hope it applies a lot of burn potency. We will have to see. Either way, 3-star ID to replace a 2-star Liu ID to go and clash is going to be quite comfortable. I'm probably going to swap her in, even though the animation might be a bit longer, just because I want to have comfy clashes. And then for Yi-Sang, I'll have to see the numbers. We will need to see what else this thing can actually do. I think it's more closely related to Lantern Sinclair than anything. But technically, this one is also, it's just that this is like a season 1 ego, so it should be more associated with this one, I feel. You'll probably have healing, and then you'll probably have the rupture potency, and maybe you have some sort of healing based on the gluttony A resonance or some shit like that. This is most likely going to be a tank ID, and I'll keep an eye out for the passive in particular for this one, because the support passives on 2-star IDs tend to be pretty good. And very rarely the 2-star ID itself is actually a very good support for the entirety of the archetype that they're supporting. Like Multicrack Heathcliff, for example, is very, very strong because he supports the charge archetype with the photosynthesis, photoelectricity debuff, right? So yeah, this is my tentative predictions for all of these things here. Looks very, very exciting. I'm especially interested in smoke. I don't know how they will actually balance it. I feel like they wouldn't give this ego Puffy Broom, but maybe Puffy Broom will come as a form of an ID later on. So I think this ego might just put smoke on you and smoke on the enemy, but then the smoke on you, because you don't have the Puffy Broom passive, it will make you take more damage. So like smoking damages you, and then it makes the enemy also take more damage from the smoke. So I think it is fine if they design it as a two-way thing. You damage increase yourself, and you damage increase the enemy, and you can stack that damage increase to crazy amounts. So I think that would be a very, very cool way to balance out Thorakalgia. Otherwise, if Puffy Broom is straight up on this thing, it will just be absolutely broken. And honestly, if Ryoshu has been smoking for so long, maybe she just builds up resistance to cigarettes or some shit like that. And then she just naturally has Puffy Broom on her body or some crap, you know? I don't know. They could just bullshit whatever they want because it is Limbus company. Anyway, whatever the case is, I don't have any more stuff here to talk about. I'm just very, very excited for the Faust ID. I want to see the Rupture application potency maybe for this Yisang support passive. And I want to see how much smoke this bad boy actually applies. Right, I'm going to call it here, guys. If I missed anything or if you have your own predictions, feel free to let me know. And I shall see you guys when the kit comes out or maybe later on because I will be traveling once again. Holiday season, you know, CNY coming up. All right, thanks guys for watching and I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.